Alright, so I just got finished seeing the Adrian Neville. I can't help but call him Adrian Neville since I've been watching NXT a lot. I've been used to calling him Adrian Neville against Dolph Ziggler, and I will just simply say it. It was phenomenal! And like all flips, kicks, high flying maneuvers, no stop here, no stop there. Like personally, I didn't want the match to end. I wanted the match to close out Raw. Like there's two things I can actually say about this match that I didn't like. One, it was not 30 minutes. I wish it was. And two, I wished it was the match that ended Raw. Like that would have been a great ending to Raw tonight. So yeah, like they should have ended it on Raw. Like I especially liked Adrian Neville's walking on top of the barricades and doing his high flying maneuver on Dolph Ziggler and let's see how he always keeps standing up and keeps doing these flips. Like Adrian Neville is a simply phenomenal athlete. I really like the guy. He was one of my favorites down in NXT. I watched my favorite match. It's got to be his best match today on the main roster, beating Seth Rollins, which was only a week ago. Um, and let's see, like his best match in NXT has to be his second match with Kevin Owens. Like that, I'm like, but that's like very, 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 very close to Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville at NXT R Evolution. So like he's a he's a great performer. He's a great athlete. He can tell a story in the ring, and he can do a whole bunch of high flying maneuvers and even way to cater to the crowd while also making it into your wrestling move, and like that was pretty entertaining. So I really hope Adrian Neville becomes one of the few NXT guys like the Shield, like the members of the Shield, the Bray Wyatt, and well, actually, it's kind of like only those guys so far to succeed on the main roster, whereas Biggie Langston, Xavier Woods, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper have all failed at, sadly. Like, they had several high points, but then suddenly are now in limbo pretty much. And like, I'm kind of torn by saying if Dean Ambrose is in limbo as well because he still maintains this heavy popularity he has, and at the same time he's lost most of his pay-per-view matches. Hopefully, Extreme Rules will be the end of his losing streak at pay-per-views, or else we could have an entire year where when we go to Payback in June, it will be a whole year since Ambrose last won a match on pay-per-view or on the WWE network, and that will either A, make for a very explosive promo that Ambrose could make, or be very, very disappointing to Ambrose fans everywhere like myself. Um, Moving on from that, so I'm hoping Adrian Neville. Though I do kind of get confused about the whole cape thing. Like I keep thinking that's what was going to be part of the Mighty Mouse gimmick rumor that was going on at the time. Thank God they did not go forward with that. That would have been the stupidest idea I've ever heard of. And of course, I know who. Though of course, I have my suspicions on who came up with the idea. I will not mention his name for various reasons. Um, so yeah, overall, this was Neville's best match to date. It's really hard to say if it was Ziggler's best match today, since Ziggler has had 100 matches by now that were all great. But I would have to say would probably, in my guess, his top five. I'm just gonna say it. I would say it's in his top five. So and if you didn't watch the match, wow, you really missed out on something. you can like skip the rest of Raw and take a guess what happened and just see this match. Like this was I wasn't even gonna watch Raw tonight since it was already taped and well, it's the internet. We already been informed of what happened, but I stayed to watch it all the way through just to see Adrian Neville take on Dolph Ziggler, and I was not disappointed. So that was worth it. So yeah, I'm really hoping Adrian Neville succeeds on the main roster. And this was Reality Entertainment. And like and comment and subscribe. Thanks.